A.C.B.A.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Boog Nice coming at you with another daily update. So when I left you guys yesterday evening, the Hasbro G.I. Joe team had just finished serving up the rest of the Hasbro brands and staking their claim as the best Hasbro brand with just renders. But we know the product that they've been putting out has been top tier. Definitely looking forward to this Trouble Bubble with the Televipers. Gotta have minimum 5 Trouble Bubbles, right? Wondering what the price tag is going to be for most of this stuff. Mostly everything seemed to be deluxe, but based on previous quality and previous releases, I think it's safe to say that we will be getting a bang for our buck with these releases. Who in the Joe line are you looking forward to? I think I want to take a leisurely scroll like I mentioned yesterday and just kind of go through some pictures in the ACBA Facebook group, give some critiques, give you some insight, entice you to come join the group. So let's do that. So I'm going to just scroll, and whatever I come across, I'm going to give it a quick critique and give you a little insight on how I nominate certain things for features and what I'm looking for and what I'm looking at. First up, we got a picture here from Jesse Fires, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He does very good work. Really any misses from him. Very clean, cropped, contained, great light in here. Got the alien queen as the focal point. Couple things in the foreground and the background just to fill it up. If you look at the BTS here, it is pretty simple what he has going on here. Everything else is pretty much done with the lighting. Usually for me, for like an infinite dark backdrop, I will use a black piece of felt. This looks like it's just a piece of poster paper or something like that. But again, if you toggle with your settings in the camera and just lower your ISO or what have you, then you could easily get the desired effect here and get what he has going on here with just a different light source. You could mess with the bluest hues and stuff like that. This is a very well put together, clean, very good photo. Only at 84 likes at the moment, which is underliked in my opinion. But you know, sometimes stuff that's not Spider-Man or the X-Men or something like that, people will kind of overlook it. But this is very good work. Solid. Moving on, Mac McDougal, another person who is consistently very good. Looks like he might be utilizing the Reed Richards figure in the background there, but sufficiently blurred out so you could kind of play with the different lines and mix the two together. The focal point is the hand here on this figure. Smoke and everything looks great. All of this looks really good. Again, clean, cropped, and contained. I don't see any issues with this at all. This is definitely something in the previous shot. Both I would nominate for features on Instagram. Maybe Jesse's picture probably would be one of those kind of like first photos in a grouping or a standalone photo or something like that, because I think that photo is very good and can stand on its own. This might be part of a grouping or something like that, but again, both very well done. Could see the V side here. So yeah, it is Reed Richards. You know, oftentimes the BTS, you can see how simple it is, and it's really just a matter of you getting a tight crop and getting the settings to your desired level. He's got a low ISO down to 200, so really nice here. Antonio Alcantara, Captain Rogers, just a headshot here. Looks like a Hot Toys figure. Clean, no issues really here. This would probably be something that I would nominate for a grouping of pictures like Crafty Singles or something like that. Maybe do all headshots of all Hot Toys or something like that to group them together. It's just really a matter of putting things together that will get people to click through to all of the photos and things that kind of go well, and really just kind of curating this great gallery of photos where some things are like, you know, breakout hits, but where other things are just, you know, part of this whole conglomerate of just clean, excellent displaying. William Jor-El Hamilton here. Looks like he's using a little cellophane as water, an old trick for ACBA. Doing a pretty good job selling the Extreme Sets set here. You know, I'm not always a huge fan of these because sometimes they can come out looking like what they are, which is cardboard, but there are a lot of people that utilize these sets really well. This is pretty good. All of the feet are planted. It's clean, cropped, and contained. This is a solid shot. Really low like count, 39 likes. See a little seaside here for him. So yeah, quite a bit of saran wrap. Some great layering techniques here with the buildings in the backdrop and the turtles and stuff in the foreground. This is pretty well put together. I would have maybe played with the lighting just a bit. Again, just so the cardboard is not so visible. You guys know last week I reported on the fact that the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figure Arts Spider-Man No Way Home movie, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man would no longer come with the unmasked head sculpt, so you'll only get unmasked head sculpts for 2 of the 3 Spider-Men. Today, we saw some images of what the unmasked head sculpt looks like for Toby Maguire, and here's a side-by-side from what we saw originally and what the preliminary image looks like in terms of what you will have in hand, and it's not looking great. You know, SHF can be hit or miss. They've done a lot of bad head sculpts in the past, and then they had a pretty good run where they've done some really nice head sculpts, but this is not looking that great. This is developing. We'll see what happens when people actually start to get this in hand, but either Mafex is going to have to step in or Legends is going to have to come with a big win when they unveil their unmasked looks. All right, going to breeze through a few more here, a little speed round, I guess, just kind of looking at some things, pointing out some things. Here's something here from Dario Orlando, Jedi Journal, mostly Star Wars shots. He's very good at what he does, but one thing that stands out to me here right away is that both of the officers or Imperial officers or whatever you would call them are posed exactly the same. You never really want to do that. You want to give each character their own identity by posing them differently, but the lighting and everything here looks very, very good, but that alone would probably make me pump the brakes as far as putting this as the feature photo in a feature. Maybe it may show up in a row of photos or something like that. Moving on, this photo actually just got nominated for the photo of the week. I do like this. I do like the fact that everybody's kind of in lockstep and walking together, and this looks good, but I do have a few little gripes as far as the visibility of the other guys' faces. I probably would have done something to skew them a little bit, but this is really, really nice colors and framing, and Kingpin is front and center. His walking pose is very, very good. This is great. Another very simple, clean cropped and contained shot. This is Ricardo Gastelum, aka at Future Rick 97. Only other thing I could see that he could have done here was maybe get some other lighting in here to kind of highlight Batman a little bit, because the background is red and black and Batman is red and black, and like, you know, you could have done something to just make him pop just a little bit more, some other light source to give Batman some rim light and then really make him pop. But you know, this is not going to get up there crazy. It's at 15 likes, even though the average collector probably would have a hard time doing this. You know, a lot of these guys make this stuff look very simple and very easy. It's not really easy to get these shots, even though they are mostly some simple setups, or some of them are some simple setups. But this right here stands out a lot. You see Simon bump this up. You know, he's got some real miniature figures here. This is probably like HO scale or something like that at Toys Photo _ miniature. This is something I would definitely put up for a feature just because of how unique it is. Now, as you guys know, the theme for ACBA, the essence of ACBA is tangible. 85% of the things that we put up for feature are things that are tangible. So stuff like this, while often it may look cool, I'm not going to go out of my way to put something like this up for a feature. Now, this doesn't look bad or anything like that. I don't love it, but it's not trash. Shot here from Ty Bacon. My only issue with this is that he probably could have used a bit more grass here to really kind of sell this and drive the point home that they're kind of ducking in the weeds and hiding out. Also, the barrel of his gun right here is crooked, so I definitely wouldn't nominate this for a feature just for that alone. But overall, this is still a really good shot, but this kills it. Matthew Cohen, aka at Shooting the Galaxy. If you don't know, Matthew actually does a lot of the photography for Hasbro. He's been doing that for maybe about 6-8 months or something like that, and he's consistently good. He definitely uses a bit of Photoshop to highlight some of his shots. This looks mostly tangible, but one thing that I've commented on in the past in terms of his photos is that sometimes his walking poses could look a little sus. I don't know what's going on here with this. I actually commented that on this. Looks great. Walking pose is still kind of off to me, though, to be honest. Everything else here looks really, really good, but the fact that all of his troopers are not really in lockstep is kind of throwing this off for me. Here's one that's not so great. Looks like it has absolutely no likes, and really that's just because he seems to be using a flash or some type of spotlight here. You never really want to do that for toy photography. You want to fabricate your own light. So learning how to light is one of the major things that you're going to have to do in order to be pretty good at at this stuff. So I would recommend that you guys come out and join one of our other groups called The Grind. This is where you could really up the intensity as far as your training. The group is completely dedicated to making you better. Your first shot is actually like your seaside shot. You don't share the finished shot as your main shot in this group. You share it as a photo comment, and then you go ahead and post your main shot in the regular ACBA group. But this is a kind of invite only group. You gotta know somebody to get in. But if you really want to study and be great, and you've got thick skin, I would highly recommend you joining The Grind. I saw Alvaro working on this shot here, and the finished shot I do like, but I think his line of sight is a little bit off. Hitmonkey should be looking to the right a bit more, and he could have moved this guy over to the left a little bit, and he could have moved Hitmonkey's arm over a bit. But I love the colors and the lighting and stuff here, but just a little fine tune could have cleaned this up a bit.
Baby. I make your mouthpiece obese like Delarice. When I release, you lose teeth like little seeds. Player please, blood flood your dungarees. And that's just the half of my war path. Laugh now, cry later. I rhyme greater than the average player hater. And spectators buy my CD twice. They see me in the streets, they be like, yo, he nice. But that's on the low though. Beat them cats with no dough.